Your internet connection is unstable. How come? I've got a powerful one.
Who knows?
Oh, is your internet connection all right?
It might be mine. Mine is a little bit weird.
Okay, do you want to keep talking?
Yeah, can you hear me? You can hear me, yes?
Yeah,
yes?
yeah.
Okay, good, good. Yeah.
All right, okay.
How are you doing?
I'm good. All right, well, first I want to say thanks, welcome. Welcome to everybody watching at home. This is the Daily Bottom, where I talk to people on a day-to-day basis while we're going through isolation. I usually do a show called Rock Bottom, is where I chat to people about the rock bottoms that inspired success. And I think collectively, we're all going through this rock bottom together right now. So we need some uplifting and we need some updates. David Mills, amazing comedian. How are you? What's your day looking like?
Good.
How have you been doing?
Yeah, I'm hanging on, I think, day 6 or something. I feel like I've been home now for a week, even though it wasn't sort of mandated or anything. I've just been sticking around the house, but occasionally going for a run, going out and about, because we're not totally locked down yet, although that is likely that's coming. I'm hanging on.
Oh yeah, so like, are you, and I've noticed, I think I'm just gonna get really fat doing this. Like, I've just resorted to like Christmas season eating. Like, I'm eating a lot of crap.
Do your planks.
I've been trying. I mean, I'm not. I've ordered some. I've ordered some weights from Amazon to hopefully, and then I'm going to follow Emily Skye, who I've got like her on an app, and then I'm going to do some stuff like that on Monday. I say that, but I'm not going to, unless I'm getting fined by a gym for not turning up to a class. I find it very difficult to.
I am the same way. I keep talking about it, but I haven't quite done the planks yet. But I'm thinking about it.
What sort of cleanliness level are you at? Because I'm one of the reasons I'm doing this podcast daily is to give me a little bit of like to make sure I get dressed basically and put on makeup.
Right, a little motivation.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, I live with a crazy partner, and if he's not cleaning, he's cooking all the time. Right. So he's constantly cleaning and pushing me out of the way to clean things. So we live in a very, very clean.
Okay, do you think it's going to be successful? Do you think you're going to split up after this? Because like they've been saying, there's loads of divorces.
I think we're going to kill each other. I think we're going to kill each other. It's not coronavirus I'm worried about. I'm mostly just worried about my partner. You know what I mean?
And so like, have you been to the shops? Because you've got to go early. Have you been going early to the shops?
Yeah, we've been, yeah. And that's our plan as well. We go early, and we're really well located as well, because there's like a Sainsbury's nearby, a big Tesco nearby, there's a big Waitrose, there's everything. There's an Iceland, there's a co-op. I mean, we're like in the center of everything. So if we can't get something at one place, we can get it.
What have you been eating? Because yesterday I made a soup, which I did share on my Instagram stories for anyone that's interested. What have you been eating? Have you been eating shit or healthy? Are you there?
You're there, yes?
Yeah. That was just my face. That was just my. I wasn't like locked in like freeze frame.
Yeah. I thought you were. The screen something was wrong with the screen. We've been pretty good. We've been drinking a lot. We've been eating well, but we've been drinking well.
What alcohol?
That's going to put on the pounds, I think.
Well, you've been just getting smashed.
Not smashed, but a nice bottle of wine, or maybe two, throughout the day into the evening. So
does that mean you've been having loads more sexy time?
There's some of that. Yeah. I mean, think of that, or we would really kill each other. But we're.
That's good. Have you got?
Someone said they're going to come out of this either pregnant or divorced or both.
That's it. That's
I said, well, at least we can't get pregnant, so.
What are you doing for money? Are you worried in the moment? Because
I'm super worried about money, actually. All my gigs have been canceled, so that's bad. I was counting on a lot of, income from that. I have a little contract with the day job thing, and that's to plan a big event in April. That's been canceled now, so that's bad. And then I have another brand that I'm consulting, a jewelry brand that I consult with, and that's continuing, but I I don't know if it's going to continue after March. We shall see.
Have you been watching Boris's like 5 p.m. sort of shout outs to the nation?
Yeah, but it's hard for me to understand what any of it means as far as this income support or whatever, like, because, you know, like, do you have to have a business? You know, I saw something about income support for small businesses and they were like, grants up to £5 million. I was like, well, I really only need a few thousand, you know? I mean, is it for people like us? Is it for comedians?
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because I've had a look at it. I think we're the hardest to be hit because the events industry just has collapsed until the end of the year, I think. But like, I've got non-refundable costs against a tour and like just stuff like that. I don't think I'm going to get that back. I don't think all those grants applies to us. It's for people that have business rates and rent. But I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And also the Arts Council is, you know, changing their funding so they're giving direct support to artists, but they don't consider comedy in that world. Even though comedy informs, you know, turns into a lot of theater, a lot of TV, a lot of literature, all that stuff. You know, comics have gone on to all those things, right? But until they move into those worlds, they're not considered artists, you know, so we're not eligible.
Would you consider doing a GoFundMe?
Well, I have a Patreon.
Patreon.
You know, yeah, because I have my podcast. So I've just set up the Patreon. I'm sort of announcing it this weekend.
That's good. Me too, but it's difficult. I don't think I could do a GoFundMe. It was just a bit. I don't know. I don't get it. I've seen.
Feeling.
It just feels a bit sort of like, oh, people.
But does your Patreon work for you? Is it a good?
I don't know. I just set it up like 2 days ago.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, you know.
But I know a lot of American comics that do it, and they make like a few $100 without even trying a month. And like,
yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, for doing what we would normally do for free, like this sort of stuff, like podcasts. You've got your podcast, I got mine. I think people just think that we're loaded, but we're not.
Please, that's crazy. I think they think because what we have is time, right? So there's, you know, our time is a little not structured in the same way most people's time is. So they see it and they think we have a lot of wealth because time, in some ways, time is money. And they say, oh, you're really rich because you've got time. But actually, most of that time we're spending panicking about how we're going to find some money. You know, it's not like.
Yeah, I think one of the plus points of like, so I'm consistently financially anxious. That's just my default setting. And one of the benefits of this like crisis is that everybody now feels financially anxious.
Yeah, they know where we're coming from, right?
No.
For a change.
Do you know what annoyed me in our family WhatsApp group the other day? My brother was like, because he works in education or something like that, like not education, but like education sales or something like that. He's like, he sent a panicked group for the family, and the family was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, I have consistently been on the verge of losing work all of my adult life, and I never get support that my family gave me.
Exactly. See you on the breadline, friend.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
No, he's got a baby and a baby mama, so he
well, fair enough.
I got a bit resentful as well last night. I was watching Netflix, and I saw my mum was on my account, and I had to pay an extra £3 so I could get access to my own Netflix. But I just thought, at least she's inside. That was the thing that I was like, at least she's listening to advice. At least she's inside. Have you got any family? This is the thing. Now, this is my thing about going inside, right? Because, and I admit I saw this, someone else was saying it, but I'm really trying to embrace this idea. So, you know, we're going inside. Everyone, you got to go inside, go inside. Go inside, Eleanor Conway. Go inside. This is a chance for us to use this time to go inside. Oh, inside.
Inside, and really like, who am I when I'm not panicked about the rest of the world? Like, stop being distracted by what's happening in the world. Go inside. And then online, everyone's like, I'm going to use this time. I'm going to write my first novel. I'm going to write that play. I'm going to write the next show. I'm going to do this. No. Slow down. The world is saying, slow the fuck down. Do less, not more. Do less. Take a nap. Meditate. Do nothing. Zone out. You know what I mean? And it's hard to do that when you're like me or like you. We're constantly working. We're constantly trying to figure out our next step, what to do, how to progress. But we can't progress right now. All we can do is stay in the moment and kind of go inside. So I'm trying to do that as well, and also it's keeping me from lashing out at my partner, right?
It's difficult, isn't it? I mean, it definitely is. I mean, maybe this is like Mother Nature's way of telling us to fucking just chill the fuck out. Because we're all.
It is.
If you think about the last 18 months, all of us have been like in a tears about how we're going to solve climate change and how we're going to do it. But maybe, and I don't believe totally in God, but maybe this is the universe's way of just going, well, we're going to do the work for you. You're all staying in for a bit and we're going to clean up the air.
We're not going to solve climate change. The climate's going to fucking solve itself. You know what I mean? And part of the way the climate survived, the earth is going to survive, is by cutting down on the virus attacking the earth. And that's us, baby.
Oh,
right?
Shit.
Yeah. The virus isn't the coronavirus. We're the fucking virus.
Oh my God, that's so deep. That's going to be a meme, mate. That's going to be a meme at some point.
But it's funny. I was thinking, I said something on Twitter, all the other, we're like, oh my God, a virus is attacking us. And all the other species are watching, thinking, oh, look, they're two viruses going at each other, right? Because they see us as a virus and they can see the other virus, So.
I mean, I don't know if fish have got that much, sort of.
Well, maybe not fish.
Have you considered what are you going to do for money? Have you got an object or a person? Is there anything that you can sell or do in order to make money during this crisis? Because
well, I have my podcast, Focus People, and I'm going to continue with that. And that I'm really hoping that can, what that podcast has always been about is sort of conversation with interesting people and interested people. You know what I mean? Not trying to be politicians, trying to be comedians, or comedians trying to be politicians, but just people who are interested who have something to say. And, I've been doing it for over a year, and I have a fairly regular listenership. Is that a word?
Great.
Listenership?
Yeah.
The focus heads. And they've been supportive. And so I'm going to reach out to them and say, you like what I'm delivering and help me continue to deliver it, Yeah.
Give me some
That's
money.
sort of what I'm doing, I guess.
Give me the money. That's good.
Yeah, I don't know. And I do want to do things, it's not just about going inside and slowing down. I do want to do things. I want to, I have a sitcom I want to write, and I have other things I want to do. So, now's the chance.
What do you think is going to come out of this? I think that, I think there's just going to be a massive, I think it's going to cut out some of the comedy industry. I think there's good, because there's going to be, because if we all go back to live work in October or December or September, I don't know if Edinburgh's going to happen at this stage, but late half of the year, then it's just going to be everybody at once. There's going to be loads of drop off in there.
There's going to be loads of drop off. And the other thing to remember is the virus, I worry that we say oh, we'll all go back in September, but isn't that when people get viruses again in the autumn and winter? So it seems weird that we're all going to go back then, but who the fuck knows? I have no idea. I think you're right. I think it's going to completely, really change the comedy industry, and it's going to shrink. It's going to shrink.
God.
It's going to shrink.
Good though.
And it needs to shrink. It's way over impacted, way oversubscribed. Too many of us.
Also, I think some people go, I'll do comedy and then I'll get all this shiny stuff. It's a way into this. Seeing us all fucking die a death, it's going to really sort the wheat from the chaff, the people that love doing it and the people that are just in it for the wrong reason.
Yeah. And that's fine, I think a lot of us will find other things, it'll make us reevaluate, do I really enjoy this? Do I want to be doing this? Is it worth it for me? Or do I want to do something else? Are my talents better suited for something else anyway?
It's because you've just gone. I'm pretty sure the last time I spoke to you, you were just about to go full time. So you've already.
Well, I did. What I did was I left my day job. I kept a little contract with them on the side, so I've got about a day or two of work a week, that I can do from home.
Yeah. But
yeah, most of my income now is from the stand-up world, but comedy, acting. Cabaret, I have sort of 3 different areas that I work in. And it was going well, for the first few months, but now, now what?
How many months of worth of work did you have to cancel? Was it just in one day where you just went, I'm cancelling 6 months worth?
Oh no! I mean, I canceled right up and through. You know, I was booking shows for June in San Francisco, and those obviously are not going to happen. Obviously, I have a space for the Edinburgh Fringe, but is that going to happen? I don't know. I have previews in June and July. Some of those have been canceled already, so I don't know.
Well, I was going to do my current show. I was going to do that in Edinburgh. So part for me is hoping that everybody drops out, all my main competition drops out, and then they still go ahead and like literally I'm the only show at my time slot, so everybody has to come to my show.
I've been hearing that. That's a possibility. That's a possibility.
Not very
but
nice
the worry is that audiences are going to drop out.
Yeah, but I think that's good. I think look, Edinburgh accommodation this year. I was looking at flats and house shares. Like, the landlords of Edinburgh are fucking taking the piss. Like, it's like someone quoted me 1,500 for a flipping room in a house, like a half an hour walk from Central, and I was just like, you what? Like that's like even more than I pay in Zone 1 in London.
Yeah, it's mad.
Way more.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping is that this will fuck up the landlords a little bit, so they have to drop their prices.
I think that not just that, but I think venues will as well.
Good. I mean, I was doing free Fringe.
I think that's okay. I think that's okay. You know what I mean? I don't need that much support. I just need a room, lights, and a mic. You know what I mean? I don't need a million people running around on my behalf. I'll do that. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean?
Which were you going to pay for a room again? Were you going to do the paid Fringe or do free Fringe?
I've already, even before this, I had already booked my room and I had paid full, because I had the money, I had saved it. So I just paid it in one whack because I knew if I didn't pay it, I would spend it. So now they've got it. They've got me. And unless it gets canceled, I'm not getting that money back. So I'm doing it.
Do you know what? The one time that you get financially, financially, I'm going to pay this up front. I'm not going to be in debt with anyone. I'm going to be responsible.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah. But, I think, if they cancel, I'll get it back. And if they don't cancel, then I'll just do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And,
no, I think
it'll be good.
What I am really loving about this period that we're in is this, like, everyone's really, it's almost like politics and everything like that doesn't really matter in this moment. And I feel like the world's been so conflicted over the last few years that it's actually quite a beautiful time. They will sort it out. I believe they'll sort it out.
I don't know if they're going to sort it out, but I do think that, like, the weird thing that's like the what's that word when two opposite things are true at the same time?
I don't know. I think it's oxymoron, but I think that's
the one thing is we're also self-isolating.
Yeah.
Right. This is but also at the same time we're all in this totally together.
And we're all connecting. Right? I've done more.
Exactly. We're all connecting as well. We're isolating and connecting at the same time. It's so like weird, right?
It is
but
really
those
weird.
Things are true. And I think for a long time we've been isolating and not connecting.
Oh my God.
And now we're connecting. So hopefully we can get rid of this isolation and we can keep that fucking connection. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, I wonder how it's going to change how we hang on, my ears popped out. I wonder how it's going to change how we all operate our daily lives like after this. I don't believe we'll ever go back to being the same after this period.
No. No, those days are over.
I think it will change. I don't know what it will change. I think it will change. I hope it changes how we feel about the environment and the climate and all that sort of stuff, because I think they've said that there's some like the air in China's cleared up, the water in Venice has cleared up. Yeah.
Really?
Like,
amazing.
And then you see like there's like these maps that move online. I
love a moving map.
Love a moving.
I'm in.
That's one thing they say about you, David Mills. He loves a moving map.
He loves a moving map, that David Mills.
But like, there's like these moving maps, and they're like, and like 2 weeks ago, all the pollution over Spain was really intense, and then like now you can see all the air above some of the major cities of Europe and the UK clearing up.
Amazing.
It is amazing. So
yeah.
So I hope that it changes how we feel about the climate and how we treat it, and just to show that we can just not waste so much. I mean,
yeah, just fucking slow it down, you know, just slow everything down. I'm okay with that idea.
me
Like, it
too.
doesn't need to be 24 hours all the fucking time madness in our lives. And the kind of crazy news cycle, you know, just constant, 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 constant.
Well,
And you know what I think is going to happen? I think we're all paying attention right now, but I think as time goes by, we're just going to start drifting even further away and into a different kind of connection, not saying it connected to the media, letting go of the media and all that noise, because there's nothing good about it, right? Like,
I think what this time will allow us, you know, when you're in a toxic relationship with someone, I don't know if you've ever been in one, and people maybe
I wonder if I know that. Okay.
no, but like, you know, when you step out of it and over time you realize how toxic that relationship was or situation. And I'm hoping that, because it's going to be such a long time, I think, like Boris yesterday said he was like, within 3 months I hope we've got a handle on it, which means that is the first half of the curve. Do you know what I mean? That's the first half of the peak.
Fucking crazy. 3 months is insane. That's insane.
Like, they're gonna have to give us money. Like,
yeah, they're gonna have to give us money.
I can't do free podcasts forever.
No, they're gonna have to give us money. I mean, there's no other way. There's no other way, because we'll starve, right?
Well, that's it. And also, if everybody's letting everyone go, when we're all better again, like, it'll take even longer to restart the economy, because no businesses will exist.
You know what they're gonna have to do? They're gonna have to fucking take money from all those fucking that 1%, all those bajillionaires. They're gonna have to take money back from those people, properly tax those people. It is time for those people to start giving some of that shit back, because they have too much. They have too much, and some of that is needed right now.
Well, I think
that's what has to happen.
No, 100%. It's funny, like, watching Boris filter down those those money things. It is all about saving on, like, I don't want to betray anyone's confidence, but like, I've spoken to a couple of people that have sort of medium-sized businesses, and like, they don't have to pay business rates for a year, and that can be quite a lot of money, and they get.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is fair, but it's like, when do we get a bit of a break? That's it. Do you know, when do we get a financial break? We're always on the bottom of the pecking order a little bit.
And also, you know, what's so interesting is what they're saying is like, oh, they're going to shave down taxes and lower taxes. It's not that's not the issue. It's not the taxes. I need the money now. Like, I need actual money that I can use to buy things and pay rent. I don't need lower taxes. I mean, sure, give me lower taxes, no problem. But you know who loves the lower taxes is people, those big millionaires who still have that income coming through. We don't have income. So what does lower taxes do for us?
Also, like, about like letting, like, I don't give a fuck about you, like, the rent help. I don't want the debt to be put off for 3 months. I haven't worked for 3 months. I won't have worked for 3 months, and it's going to take several months to build up. It
needs to be cancelled. Yeah. There needs to be a lot of debt canceling going on. I think we've got it sorted. They should just ask us to do it.
Oh, mate. Where can people get hold of you? I don't know how long we've gone for.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I'm on David Mills Department. David Mills DEPT. So that's my social media on Twitter and Instagram. And then listen to my podcast. It's called Focus People with David Mills. And my Patreon is the same, Focus People with David Mills. And come check it out.
That's good. So for me, if you'd like to support me, find my Patreon. It's on my website. Buy me a cup of coffee, or buy a ticket to a future show. Ideally a London one, because those are the ones I produce. And like, honestly, we would love you forever if you would come and follow us and support us online. If you can't afford it, that's absolutely fine. Just come and give us a like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Do you know what I mean? And so we want to be we want to be viral stars, don't we, David? Not that sort of viral star.
I want to be careful with that. Yeah, I'm staying away from the viral. But yeah, star definitely.
So what's just before we go?
You already are a star, so don't worry about that.
As are you, mate. I haven't been in the movies. You've been in the movies, haven't you? I mean, I've been in some movies, but not ones with my face in. What's one bit of self-care that you're doing? Are you doing some mindfulness in your daily routine? What is it?
am I doing some? I'm reading
What are you reading?
a book. I'm reading a book. I'm reading a book called Five-Star Billionaire. Five-Star Millionaire? Five-Star Billionaire. Anyway, I read it years ago and I'm rereading it. It's a book that I loved and I'm going back to.
What's it
And
about?
I mean, it's about before the fucking crisis. You know what I mean? It feels like before and after. This is the other thing about making comedy now. Like, I almost feel like everything I've written before this moment kind of is irrelevant. Do you
Right?
know? Like, I
Yeah.
need to come up with new stuff that talks about where we are and where I am. So anyway, but this feels like really a different moment. It was like a really big, high economy moment in like the 2000s in Shanghai. It, it's it all happens in Shanghai, and it follows like 5 different people in their sort of travels through Shanghai and trying to become rich and wealthy and follow their dreams. I mean, that sounds kind of trite, but it's really great.
I went on Amazon Prime yesterday to have a look, or was it Netflix? I can't remember. And all the movies that are trending are stuff like Flu, Contagion, stuff like that. What are you doing, you nut jobs?
No. No, what I say, Cheer. Have you seen Cheer?
Yeah, love it.
Whew, wasn't that amazing?
Yeah, that was amazing. I genuinely don't know how they can put their body through all that sort of stuff, but they're young, I suppose.
Oh my God. Amazing. That must be it. But I'll tell you what, put that woman, Monica, in charge of the crisis. She would get this shit sorted out.
She's intense. Yeah, she's intense.
She's amazing. She is amazing. And so fucking stylish and looking great throughout. I love her so much. She's my new, like, inspirational person. I love
Is
her.
it? What do you like about her? What's the thing? What's the thing
Everything.
that you
I love how she's like deeply, like, keeps it calm all the time, always looks great, always super calm. Even in the crisis moment, she holds it together. And yet she's not a cold bitch. Like, she still has tons of heart. I love her so much.
I love that. Right, I might go and I've actually got about 2 episodes left of that, so I might go and watch that later on today.
Oh my God. You've got to get through it because the last 2 episodes are amazing. They will set you free. I'm telling you, they will give you so much inspiration. It's so
Too
great.
free, we're all on quarantine, David. All right, look, thanks for
set you free in your mind.
Thanks so much. Steer clear of the news, everyone. Don't let it get into your mind and fuck you up.
Absolutely.
I'm just doing it once a day. That's it. 5 p.m. Me and Boris have a date. That's it. Thanks very much for listening and watching. Subscribe, share, follow, do all that stuff. Go and follow this lovely man here as well. Thanks very much. He's been David Mills.
I'm David Mills. Yeah, that's me. And you are
Eleanor Conway. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye.